Good morning, everyone. As you can see behind me, I have a lot of work to do. But that being said, today is a new day. As I was thinking about it late last night about what I should do and what I could do, still a little unsure, but I do have a couple of ideas. So anyways, I will talk to all of you in just a little while, and I'll get to working. Well, it may not look like it from behind me that I have done anything, but I have actually been very hard at work. And yeah, I figured if I'm going to go out and do all this, then I'm going to clean out and scrub the inside of the cupboards. And you know how some of the dishes, if you haven't used it, especially your glasses, if you haven't used them for a while, they get like dusty film on them. So yeah, got those in a dishwasher now, and figured I might as well just do a thorough cleaning while I'm at it. But oh my gosh, is it warm. It is already 80 degrees here, and yeah, it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I am just sweating up a storm. Anyways, I don't know, this might be continued to day 3, but oh my goodness. I decided, remember how I told you I wasn't going to change out where my mugs and my dishes and all that were? Well, hey, you know what? Everything's getting revamped now. So, stay tuned. We'll see how long I can survive this mess. Anyways, I'll talk to y'all in just a little bit. I thought I better get my diffuser going with some energy. That's the name of the oil blend. And put on some music to give me some inspiration so that I keep on getting it done. Well, I thought I'd give you an update on my progress. And even though it doesn't seem like from behind me and beside me here that I've gotten very far, I actually have. But before I show you what I've done and what I've decided to do, look what I picked out of my garden. Isn't this just the cutest little pumpkin you ever saw? Now you gotta remember, this pumpkin is not, it's not a jack-o'-lantern, it's not an eating kind of pumpkin. This is a variety that is small. So, I just think it's really cute. I'm just excited because, hey, when you didn't plant pumpkins and you start getting pumpkins, it's exciting. But here, I'll show you what I've decided to do with my kitchen. This cupboard here was where all of my dinner plates and everything was. So, yeah, I emptied every cupboard in my kitchen. I know, I'm a little crazy. Not only did I empty it, but I also cleaned them all out. So, this is where they used to be, and now I put them over here. Now, yes, this is a smaller cupboard, but I also had the like serving bowls and all that kind of stuff, and I just put them in a different place because this is just the plates. So, this cupboard here, I emptied this out too. I wasn't planning on it. These are all of our mugs. And yeah, you know, what can I say? My husband likes to have different mugs. Then this cupboard up here, this is where all the baked goods used to be. And so I decided that I was going to put my bowls and that in here. And the stuff that I had in that lower cabinet on the other side of the kitchen is now a lot of the bowls that were down underneath are now up here. And this held like different types of spices and blends and all that I made. I cleared it all out, and I decided that I was going to put my cooking, like these are Pyrex bowls here and there and up there. They're all Pyrex. And then my measuring cups, and in that little tin there is all of my dry measure cups. So anyways, that's where I'm at. I also cleaned out this cupboard. And this cupboard had little odds and ends of things like cake plates and relish trays and glass salad bowls and all that kind of thing. And I decided that, you know what? I am going to put all my spices in here. Everything now is in there, and I think it's going to be easy access for me.
And another thing I did is, as I was taking things out, there was quite a few items that I had to seriously look at and think, when is the last time I used this, and when will I use this again? So I have a pile that I am going to be donating to the Salvation Army because I don't need this. So it's just taking up space and collecting dust. Anyways, I'm going to get back to work, and I will talk to all of you in just a little while. I wanted you to see what time it is. Yeah, that is 9:30 p.m. and I am finally done.
So down here in these cupboards is where I decided that I was going to put my food. And right now I have everything in boxes, but see, what I'd like to do is eventually find containers that would be easy for me to slide in and out. Because one of the problems I have is getting down like that and reaching and trying to get into the back. And so I just figured if I put stuff in something that I could pull out a little bit, it might help make it easier. So I have my soups, my canned milk, I have my rice products, I have tomato stuff, and then, I'm not showing this very well, is I have tuna fish, I have canned potatoes, canned beans, pickles, and relish. I have my canned pie fillings. Then I have fruit. And in the brown container here on the right on the top is all of my vegetables. I went ahead and I put my chicken broth down here because it just seemed to make more sense. And then the box there where the mayonnaise and that is basically just sauces and stuff. So that's what I did there.
Now, one of the things that I have in my kitchen are these deep corner cupboards, and they are very deep. And so what I did is, because I have a service for 16, I do not need to have a service for 16 available in my reach, so to speak, every day. I have that much for when all of my family is here. So what I did is I went ahead and I put it in the bottom part of this cabinet, and I'll show you. So in here are my big platters, my big serving bowls, my covered pie plates, my small serving bowls. Everything that matches my dinnerware is in here. The rest of my mugs, the rest of my plates, all of that. And then what I put up above here is I went ahead and I put like the attachment to my KitchenAid, and then the canning supplies like the funnel and the magnetic thing and all that. I just kind of put in a box up there along with labels and that sort of stuff. And right to the side, you can't really see it there, that's where it just really fit in there easily, and that's like relish trays and cake plates and fancy glass dishes that, you know, you use like at Christmas and Thanksgiving, and that's the only time. And then in this cupboard, I decided that I would put all of my canned goods, my canning goods that I canned, because this is actually the very first year that I've ever canned food. I was always one that would make things up and then I would freeze it. I'd make up tomato sauce, I'd make up spaghetti sauce, I'd make all the stuff, but I never canned it. I'd always stuck it in the freezer. So yeah, I think everything worked out real nice. I forgot to show you what I did in my old pantry area. Well, it's still a pantry area, but it's just changed up a little bit, right? Is I put my 2 crock pots up here, and actually these crock pots were in that corner cupboard where my dishes Now, the extra dishes now are, and all of my cookie sheets are up there, my pie plates, my cake plates, and behind that is some, like a bundt pan and some metal loaf pans. And what's in the box is baking chocolates. White chocolate, dark chocolate, milk chocolates, that kind of stuff. And then I already showed you the middle part here. And I believe I already showed you the bottom part too. But I think that it all came together pretty nicely. For today's devotion, our scripture is in Proverbs chapter 12, verse 16. Fools show their annoyance at once, but the prudent overlook an insult. There is a French proverb that is similar to this advice, which says, write injuries in sand, kindness in marble. You know, many of Jesus's teachings expressed the wisdom from the Old Testament. For example, Proverbs 37:11 says, the meek will inherit the land. And in his Sermon on the Mount, Jesus taught, blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth, as found in Matthew 5:5. And in Matthew 5:39, we are told to turn the other cheek. But life is full of irritations, and it's foolish to show annoyance or to fly off the handle in anger. Dealing with difficult people is unavoidable. When we deal with difficult people, it's easy to want to respond in the flesh. But that just brings out the worst in us. How much better to allow our dealings with difficult people to bring out the fruit of the Spirit in us, as we're told in Galatians 5, verses 22 and 23. By the grace of God, may we deal with difficult people in love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faith, gentleness, and to top it off, self-control. Patience and being prudent and having common sense are important in all of our dealings with others, and we must show wisdom when we deal with people. And with that, I want to remind you, life happens. Let's enjoy it, and may we extend the same love and grace and mercy that God extended to us, and may we be careful not to become the difficult people ourselves. God bless, and I will talk to you tomorrow.